Yes, they had a 5-game winning streak, but even a blind nut find like a blind squirrel finds a nut, right? And then they lost to who was the third loss in a row? Was it the Seahawks that they lost to, or something? I can't even remember who the third loss like in a row was. But don't be talking bad about Sam Darnold because he did this, and he lost to the Rams. Well, he didn't have the players that Brock Purdy doesn't have week in and week out. And when Brock Purdy did not have those guys, guess what? He lost.
Like Carson Lang just said, Sam Darnold hasn't been the same player since he saw ghosts when he faced New England.
Well, let's just be honest. The Jets are terrible.
Okay, and he was terrible with Carolina. They brought in Baker Mayfield. I know it's your boy, and Baker Mayfield's a top 10 quarterback, and your Bucks won the NFC South, so you're riding high and almighty right now. But let's be honest, Sam Darnold is a bust.
But I'm not saying he is not ever going to live up to the hype. Well, he was like a second or third overall pick, wasn't he? Like he was a very, very high draft pick for the Jets at that particular time. I mean, he is not going to live up to that number 1 overall pick status, right? But he is a good journeyman quarterback. He will be a Blaine Gabbert. Nice little backup.
He's a solid backup. Woohoo.
So
it's not what you spend your number 2 pick on.
Well, the Jets do that pretty well. Mark Sanchez, Sam Darnold, and now Zach Wilson. So Robert Tree is in the chat. He says Matthew Stafford has never won a playoff game in Detroit. Ha 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 ha. And has the same stats as Detroit. He will keep that stat after next weekend. Take that to the bank. Lions are supposed to beat the Rams. They're a 3 seed. They're a 6 seed. On the bright side, Hoffy, Ford Field was built in 2002, right? The NFC North was created in 2002. With that being said, this is the first playoff game ever at Ford Field since its inception. So the Lions have never lost a playoff game at home at Ford Field, but they've also never won. Carson says, yeah, Baker was number 1, Darnold was number 2, and Allen was number 7. I forget that Baker and Sam Darnold were the number 1, number 2 overall picks in that same draft. Can we wrap our head around that the Carolina Panthers had a number 1 overall quarterback and a number 2 overall quarterback, and they decided to go with PJ Walker, a undrafted XFL guy?
And they still sucked.
Well, the only reason why they sucked that season is because Baker Mayfield was starting to win them some games, starting to gain some momentum. We're like, we can't be having this. We need Bryce Young or whoever the quarterback is. Get out of here, right? Get out of here. Get out of here. Ant says Rams are still my Super Bowl pick. Ant is picking the Rams over his Ravens, over the 49ers.
No, I think he's saying that's going to be the Super Bowl matchup. I think he's riding high and mighty with his Ravens, and I don't blame him.
So he thinks it's going to be Rams versus Ravens in the Super Bowl, a rematch of, what was it, week 13, week 14? Oh, it is what it is. But guys, my phone is blowing up. So for all the people that are listening,
probably Peebles.
No, it's freaking Isaac, right? So I got him in this fantasy trash talk group, and they added on Snapchat. So it is some of my players from like my team, from like my high school team, and apparently like that's how high school kids talk nowadays is through Snapchat. I don't know why, but cool, whatever. And
I deal with it with my kids too.
Like every freaking day, I have like 150 new notifications, and all of them just like talking shit back and forth. I'm just like,
no cap, bro.
What does that even mean? Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. But we be capping, right? Like, is capping like lying, right? So if you're capping, you're lying. If it's no cap, you're not lying. Yeah. Hoffy, come on, man. You need to help me with like my slang.
I just shook my head, yes.
Oh, so we be capping when we say that the Chiefs are Super Bowl team? So that would be like a lie?
No, because they are.
Oh.
Till they're not,
what
they
that hat
are.
says, Hoppy?
Yep,
It
but-
says Super Bowl champions. All right, guys, that is it for the Man Hour
Let's go
today.
beat the best.
Join us tomorrow, same time, same location. Forgot to end the poll. Let's see what the poll ended out to be with Hoppy. See if I can pull that back up.